Welcome back, everyone, to The Spot, the show for teens by teens. I'm your host, Beth Jenner Tullis.
And I'm Woodlove Paul. Without further ado, do not forget we have two special guests, which is Miss Robinson, a student counselor from Miami Edison, and Miss Ebony, a student from iTech. And my question today is to Miss Robinson. Miss Robinson, as a counselor, what motivates you to become what you are today?
Well, I've been in the system about 30 years, and I started out as a home economics teacher. So as a home economics teacher, we deal with various issues. In one of my classes, we talked about peer pressure, teen pregnancy, drug abuse, and I found that at the end of the day, students were coming back to me with their issues. And I knew then that it was something more that I had to do. So I went back to school and got my master's in guidance and counseling. And I really felt that it really fit my personality, and it was something that I had to do.
So that's something that you enjoy, if I understand.
Yes, I really enjoy my job. I think that to have an effect on students' future, that you are a part of it, is a blessing.
I can relate to that because me as a student, I just recently graduated. Me as a student, I usually go to the counselor all the time and, ask for questions and ask for answers to stuff, And that drove me to you, Miss Ebony. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am in the 11th grade and I just turned 17. And I have a business which is called Help, and I'm looking forward to my senior year.
I don't know if Miss have anything to say.
I overheard that you're talking about a business. Do you mind telling us a little bit about it?
Sure. I launched my business this past summer, and my business name is Help, meaning helping everyone with love and passion. My business started when I moved to United States in 2011. I did not come up with the idea until my 9th grade year in high school. The reason why I came up with this idea because growing up as a child, I had a little struggle. Me, myself, I was adopted. And when I was growing up, I lost my mom. And so I know how it feels to go through all that. So I'm dealing with 3 areas of my business, which is education, poverty, and homelessness. For every teacher that I sell, I partnership with an organizations. One of the organizations that I'm looking for in partnership is Girls Power. What I do is I sign a contract with them. For every teacher that I sell, they have to make sure that my money is going through the areas that I'm dealing with. And they have to showcase and give me proof that my business or my t-shirt is actually doing something to create awareness amongst ourselves.
That's good. Based on your story, that pushes me to think about you sound like somebody that really needed somebody to be there to ask questions, to ask for advice. Have you ever gotten a chance to have a counselor or a mentor or somebody to help you?
Yes, it started in my 9th grade year. My teacher, my business teacher, Miss Garcia, she was really like, when everybody think that I cannot do it, she was there with me, telling me, she tell me that my story is really great. I should put it out there for others to know my story and to help out other people. She was there for me through in the night, trying to help me finish my business plan and to pitch it to big companies and to go to like a show called Shark Tank, but like in a children way form. And she encouraged me through my toughness that it's not all over, knowing that you don't have your mom dying, and even though you have your adoptive parents, she's still there for me through those days.
So based on my understanding, you think a counselor, that's something that you really needed?
Yes, it's true. We have parents and we have friends, but at some time, certain points in your life, when you need some of your friends, they may not be there for you, or your parents, sometimes there's nothing really they could actually help you with. That's when you turn to your counselor, who could dig deeper for the situation that you're in to see if they could actually help you.
All right, thank you. I see you thinking a lot, Ms. Robinson. How can you actually relate to the student when they come to your office? How can you relate to the situation?
Well, as she was talking, I was just thinking about just today, a student came in my office, and I felt that I was just a motivator for him to. He's a 12th grader wanting to get out in the world now, do it now. And I felt myself just being that motivated to say, hey, the end is near. And I think it's a very important role for a counselor to be that person that says, you can do it, just that motivator to get to the end.
Okay, thank you.
I can actually relate to what Miss Ebony was saying. Like, if sometimes your friend may not be here or your mom may not understand you, you always need a counselor. Well, sometimes that do happen to me, where I try to explain something to my mom. She'll be like, "What are you talking about?" So I have to go find somebody that can actually like sit in my, fit in my shoes to actually see what I'm going through and actually like tell me like certain paths I can take. And that really, when I walk out the office, sometimes I really feel like I could have done this. Like, wow.
Actually remind me of me being in high school, because at one point in time my counselor was tired of me because every time I came in the office, they already know it's trouble, because I usually ask a lot of questions, I like seeing that. But Ms. Robinson, as a counselor, when you're talking to somebody, how do you start the process?
Well, every case is different, every child is different, every circumstance is different. So you have to see where they are, what their environment is, what their home life is like. And then look at their goals and aspirations, what they want to do with their lives, and try to hone in on what's best for them. College may not be the best place for them at that point, but maybe a smaller institution, vocational, whatever. So I try to guide them in a way that fits them best and give them options as well. So that's what I do.
So them options, have they actually gotten to the point where they become successful as those?
Well, it opens up the eyes. I say the light bulb goes off and say, well, like that I can attitude, and I use a lot of personal experiences too, because you may have not been to college, but I've been to college, and I can tell you some things about it, what you're going to experience by waiting, by going this place. This is what's going to happen, and just looking at the bigger picture. A lot of times our students are right here, they're looking at what's in front of them instead of what's down the road.
True.
So if you can try to paint that picture for them, they can see that it is worth it. It is worth it to hang on, to get to the finish line, to get the GPA, to fill out those applications. That's so important, because I know it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with as a teenager these days, and to have graduation right around the corner, your future's ahead of you, and to know that we're in your corner. I think that's a lot.
That is very deep. How about you, Miss Ebony? When do you feel safe after you finish talking to your counselor? How does that make you feel?
Well, my friends know me as talking a lot, or sometimes say I act like a parent, so have I given birth before? Because as experience, taking from what I've learned from my mentor, I sometimes imply that in my life into telling other students in school as well. Sometimes my mentor helped me, for example, to make my resume, and as I'm in 11th grade now, and there are certain things that I'd like not to depend on my parents, because I see it to mean that they have done their part of adopting me to have a better life. Some of the things that I want to do, like finding my own job, and my mentor helped me through that by going online, finding the job for me, doing my resume for me, and I actually implied that to my mentor, talking about, oh, some of my friends need some help in their resume. So she's really patient, she's really busy, but she works at Miami-Dade College. I go to her office all the time, and she always have time for me in spite of her busy schedule.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Ms. Matilis would like to add something.
Well, that was very touchy, because some people do sometimes get a little agitated when they keep seeing you all the time, but her having patience, that means a lot. But we'll be taking a quick break, and we'll also like to thank Ms. Robinson for being here with us today and sharing her experience. Thank you.